So I came to Bungie a while ago, 2004. Started work on Halo 2, designed some multiplayer maps for Halo 2 and Halo 3, and then went on to Reach, building campaign as well as multiplayer. Worked on Forge World, and then started working on Destiny. For me, a game from Bungie comes with first-in-class sandbox and feel. And it's about the experience and the player experience of getting a controller in your hand and feeling like you're in a world. And it's about universe building a universe that people are excited to come back to again and again. The fact that the universe is so big and has so many stories to tell, I think we've set up a universe that, like with the Forsaken, we are able to tell an entirely different type of story with a different tone and a different style within the universe. We're able to latch on to old characters that were mysterious and maybe even thought were dead, and now they've come back, and you get to find out what their real story is. And we've created characters that you love, like Cayde.
Stop. Look. Long story, and it may look like I don't know what I'm doing, but I do.
We can kill those characters and have that be really impactful and meaningful, because and put some consequence into the world. Even a world full of immortal heroes, there can be enough consequence to put the player on a journey where they're forced to maybe do some wrong things for the right reasons and to go on this path of revenge. Killing Cayde was about putting that consequence in front of players first, and it was really important to us for this particular story. Again, kind of to try to feel like a Western, and for a darker tone. It was important that you had motivation right out of the gate to go after this bad guy. We wanted to put you face to face with the villain. We wanted you to hate the villain from the very beginning, so that you wanted to work hard to try to find them and try to hunt them down. Uldren is actually not, in his mind, he's not the villain of this story. He's the hero of his own story. He believes what he's doing is right, and we're excited that, hopefully that you get to see why he's doing the things that he's doing. The real story in Destiny is a story about you. It's a story about you making yourself more powerful and being able to do all of these things. And I think in Destiny, for a lot of people, that's about also taking that power and going out and using it with your friends to take down things you couldn't do without them. And when you're able to play with your friends, and when you're able to rely on your friends and have to rely on them for some things, it forms a much tighter bond of that you want to spend. You spend your entire day at work or at school thinking about how you're going to go home that night and go after that weapon or go after that boss. I mean, everything's better with friends, and that's been our mantra.
Everyone with me now!
We've talked about all sorts of things about adding to Destiny, whether it's classes or new races, or so right now where we're at, people are really comfortable and really excited about their class. They want to see how their class can grow, the thing that they've chosen to use. And 9 new subclass paths that we're putting into the Forsaken are all about taking the way that you already play and giving you a new way to do that. So if you're an Arc Titan or if you're a Solar Warlock, now you've got a different path that's going to change the way you play. So it might give you a more of a support option, or it might let you fly across the map in a way that you could never do before. Or in the case of the Hunter, it might let you see through walls and go invisible while you take out the enemies. So all of those are we think there's new power fantasies for the current classes. And that's what we're focused on in the Forsaken. Taking a first-person shooter and the sandbox and the action game of a shooter and applying it to an MMO and a loot game and an investment game. I mean, that is what Destiny's all about, and that's I think that's why we were so excited to do it, is because it hadn't been done before, and we knew that there were players that wanted to play with that sandbox that Bungie was so good at, but also have a loot game where they could go chase all this amazing new sandbox that they get to use. And so, I mean, that's just the game that excited us. That's the game we wanted to make. Destiny is such a broad umbrella of potential story. It doesn't just take place on Earth. It takes place in the entire solar system. We've even hinted at the end of Destiny 2 of a looming threat that is coming. And so we're not done at all by any means, and definitely I think there are more stories to tell right here at home, and I think there's more stories to tell within the solar system and maybe even beyond.